Thank you very much. As we are changing things up a bit as we get into the 1v1 portion of the final day. My name is Julian Pastry Time Card. Joining me again is James Stress O'Leary and Jacob Yamato Kennett Mebdi, 1v1 champion in one game in a good matchup. He's joining us as well.
I'm
good.
so happy whenever anyone reminds me of that game.
Well, I have to say I've gotten to the interesting part of this tournament because, like they were saying on the desk, there are so many sweet matchups here. And there's just so much going on as far as the players, the strategies, the metagame. It's all really developing.
It is, but there are some consistent things that we've had. We've had a lot of Kindred bans, obviously the Nunu that we've had time and time again, these strong, big name picks. I'm interested in this first one, Whitelotus and Carbon, because I'm going to invoke the wrath of the crowd again. Carbon has somehow managed to stumble his way through 2 1v1 games and found himself in this spot to get extra points. I really don't know how it's happened, but we'll see again.
I think you put it very, very correctly. He played the cannon against the Heimerdinger, and that was not a skilled matchup. That looked very, very funny because there were players missing skill shots, and it was just hilarious overall. And then there's the Nunu, which I expect to get banned in this particular game.
I think so as well, just given how, how interestingly Carbon's played. He even said in the interview with the Nunu, I just went to a pick because it was comfortable, you know? I didn't want to, I was like, you know what, I'm playing Kami. He's a really good mid laner. Even though Kami himself says he's not that good at 1v1s when we interviewed him after his first few games. But like, Carbon knows Nunu. So he's like, whatever, we'll do it. He has stumbled his way here, I agree. But it does not like he can, you know, if he keeps it up, very lucky days ago, you just keep going.
I don't know how it happens. So it's just like, when you win and you just don't know how you've won, it's just like, got it. Nice. Completely, I want to say luck, but I'm just going a little bit ham. But it's mainly because like I played half of those matchups against Pulse, and maybe it's just that I'm considerably worse than Pulse, which I think is actually the thing. But the theory of a Heimerdinger actually makes him really strong in a 1v1. As soon as you get to level 6, get that first back, you just put turrets down. You have so many turrets, and they can never get past the turret line.
I'm really happy that you brought up Heimerdinger, because the one game we saw Heimerdinger being picked, it's so important that you get on the map and put your turrets down instantly. But instead, he danced in base.
Maybe not the best level 1 strategy, no. I believe that was the translation.
Pretty much.
But again, we're going to get into champ select here. Blind draft, of course. Kindred Caitlyn banned away. Nunu first ban by Whitelotus. No more of your cheese, Coven.
He knew what was coming. He absolutely knew that was going to be a factor. I'm waiting for somebody to pick up the AD Anivia. You've been talking about the LeBlanc, the Orianna, Anivia with the rebirth passive AD. It's so strong, so disgusting. She just then keeps farming. I actually believe I saw Crepo beat Pulse with it in an office 1v1. Very, very strong. Nobody's picked it up yet.
Well,
I'm a little disappointed.
Misfortune there as well. With LeBlanc banned away by Whitelotus. So Carbon's ban's completed, and Whitelotus has one more left. Seen a lot of AD carries banned, understandably, especially given how many AD carry players are left in the tournament, but it will be Annie coming in again. And Carbon, he was also known for his Nunu. This is the other champion he's known for, and look at that smile.
Whitelotus has played Draven in the past, and Draven is such a strong menace in the 1v1.
Oh!
Whoa!
He is going to go for the Teemo.
Well, this didn't work out so well the last time we saw Teemo. I mean, one of the problems is if you go AP, yes, you'll get the burst off the Q, but the actual consistent damage really suffers from it. Yamato, you being a big proponent, the Doran's Ring is not the way to go on Snowdown Showdown.
It's just on some champions. Like on Cassiopeia, it makes sense. The mana region helps you out. But if it's all about the all-in and it's all about the push, go for the Doran's Blade. And I remember the last time we saw the Teemo, it made a lot of sense, but in-game, it was very, very weak.
Well, we did see Whitelotus kind of flick through Heimerdinger, which would have been probably not very good for Teemo with the Yordle battle, but Kalista instead actually could be okay here, depending on how Carbon wants to play their Teemo. You kind of get the theory in your head. Teemo versus an AD carry feels like it should be good on paper, but hard to say exactly how it's going to work out.
I feel like there's two kind of things that kind of decide these 1v1 matchups. Mechanical skill and the thing we like to call mind games. In this particular game, he's playing against an AD carry. Why not just pick the Teemo, you have the blind, you can almost guarantee that Whitelotus is going to pick an AD carry.
Yep, absolutely, and he has gone with Kalista, who's been a surprisingly popular pick actually in the AD carry role. Draven was available, he thought about it, but he went with Kalista instead. And it's so weird to see Kalista in a 1v1 when literally 2 of her abilities don't do anything without a second person, but The Callisto players, especially G4, actually have made it work.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, the mobility, the ability to jump backwards. She has a lot of damage in her kit, and you can't really overlook the rend. As soon as you trade for more than a couple of seconds, Callisto just ends up taking over. I did take a look at Carbon's Runes of Masteries.
What are we in for?
He's got a good amount of AP with some AD and attack speed, going pretty much hybrid Teemo right here. So, and a fair amount of sustain. Grasp of the Undying, I believe, is his keystone mastery.
And that mastery has been very popular on this map, I have to say. I think I've seen more Grasp of the Undying champions than I ever thought I would in a 1v1.
I loved also the choice of flat health masteries on both sides here because they are so cost efficient in the early game because sure, armor helps out, but like unless you have higher amounts of armor, it doesn't really make a difference.
And again, these games do not last particularly long. I think the longest one we had was around the 11 or 12 minute mark, and that was, I think, the 100 CS game we went to. So, yeah, generally pretty short. Carmen got a record kill, I believe, yesterday on Nunu, slaying Carmen in about 1:30. So we'll see just how quickly this game will be. As you can see, Carmen is hanging out in stealth on the Teemo. See what these players want to do as the waves start to crash into each other.
And that's another thing, is like Callista, two abilities that you can't use. Carbon at the beginning of the game has his passive as well. He can just sit around wherever he wants as long as he's first out, not in vision. But in early trades right now, Whitelotus did already clip him, and it is pushing the wave a little already. You can see the Rend comes out, gives him the advantage, looks for that extra experience for level 2.
Very important that Carbon watches out, like for the stacks of Rend on the minions as well, because what Whitelotus wants to do is hit Rends on Carbon while he finishes a minion. So he gets back the mana, gets back the cooldown as well.
Of course, can get all those spears in as well, potentially, so Carbon has to be careful, especially at level 2. Pierce combos can start to come out also. But Carbon going to be level 2 relatively soon.
First CS.
I don't think Carbon's winning this one on CS. I'm going to put... In fact, I don't think Carbon will win any 1v1 on CS. No. The curse of the junglers.
Oh dear. At this point, I'm wondering, how long does this game go for Carbon? Does he wait till past 6 and just try and trap up the bushes?
Whoa. Let's get the blind. Bit of damage there as well. Again, you can see their theory here. Carbon's Teemo does stack up well in small cooldown windows against Callisto.
Something that we've seen with a lot of jungle players in this 1v1 tournament is the fact that their wave control is very, very poor.
To be on Nick, Whitelotus going to go in for it. All the summoner spells are down. Grasp of the Undying does trigger. Rend is there, needs to move in for it. Gets the pierce, massive Rend. Takes a tower shot, and there's the health relic. Carbon actually might be able to go in for this. Needs the blind, does get it down. Damage is good. Oh, he didn't ignite. I don't think he was in range.
Oh.
Carbon again. Almost does it.
Nearly, but he's still got the ignite. He's still got the ignite, has Grasp of the Undying, and has the masteries for extra spell vamp and lifesteal. So give him a little time here, and Carbon may be okay. Cannot really afford. Watch for the Q.
Whitelotus very cleverly used vision there. And Carbon is going to be forced back. He had a good window there to try and win, but Whitelotus, too much health now, level 4 as well. Carbon is going to have to make a recall. Boots, nope, solves them. There we go, long still.
Even though we see that the window of opportunity for Teemo here is the fact that he has the ignite, but Whitelotus has so much more gold than he has, so as soon as he bases here, he's going to have a bunch of items.
Going to get a recall in now as well, shoves that wave into turret. 25 to 5 CS for the record. But that's pretty far out of Carbon's reach at this point. He's going to be looking for some sort of all-in. Does have 2 points in Toxic Shot. So he's going to be looking for maximum damage. I don't know if there's a level 6 spike for Teemo. Maybe Carbon's going to try and wait in the next few levels to try and kill Whitelotus.
Well, I mean, the level 6 now, it looks towards what Carbon wants to do is, does he trap up the bushes? And to that effect, does Whitelotus look to change up his trinket? I believe sweepers are available at this point, so if you can just sweeper, yes, you give up brush control. Maybe that's where you start using the sentinels. Sentinel the brush, sweeper out the Teemo mushrooms.
Carbon actually doesn't get rendered there. This might be it again. Does have the ignite ready to go. Carbon taking a few too many spears. Rend does get used, but the relic's there for Whitelotus.
He knows. He knows. They both know.
Level 5, so actually a good spike here. Binding Ducker coming, Carbon needs to go in for, but he's not in the ignite range. Does pop it down. Is it going to be enough to damage Whitelotus? He's so low. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
The Ada Pierce. 15 health.
And a turret shot.
The one-man spear comes in to decimate Carbon.
Oh. Carbon's cheese almost pulls it out again.